This is driving class for beginners. I'm going to go through the whole process, who I am, mental health and driving. We're going to talk about parent-student dynamics. We're going to go through creating safe and supportive learning space, life lessons in driving, and closing thoughts. I want to go ahead and welcome you. And if you have questions, you go ahead and put those in. So I want you to enjoy everything that is going on, and let's keep it going. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what led you to become an instructor? Well, I learned these driving tutorials and driving lessons, how to teach adults and teens in college. It was recommended to me because you can build success. You can help young adults learn how to drive. You can help teens learn how to drive. And I believe mobility is very important for all people. Next, what do you love most about teaching people how to drive? The independence. Once you learn how to drive, you won't have to depend on mom and dad anymore. You won't have to depend on your grandparents. You won't have to depend on your friends. Driving is a step-by-step process. You see a lot of instructors on social media, a lot of instructors on TV. It's not really what they portray. It does take work. It takes a commitment. Driving at night, driving in the morning, driving during rush hour, driving in a rainstorm. A lot of people don't want to commit time when it's inconvenient for them. So you have to be committed to learn how to drive. You have to come to class on time. You have to make your drives. You have to pass your state test. How do you approach building relationships with students and their parents? I was taught, always talk to the parents after the drive, whether it's a good drive or bad drive. You want to educate, you want to inspire, and you want to let the parents know, because at the end of the day, you'll have 4 drives with me, 6 drives, 10 drives, but you're going to be back with your guardian, your mom, your dad, your caregiver. They're going to be the ones taking you out. But a lot of parents don't want to spend the time taking you out because you scare them. You don't listen. They tell you to go left, you go right. They tell you to go straight, you turn. So it's really important that you learn everything from what I'm saying, how I'm putting together this information. Next, learn to drive can be a nerve-wracking for many. How do you help anxious students feel comfortable behind the wheel? Well, it's a step-by-step process. It's called gradual exposure. What does this mean? We start in a parking lot. We go up and down the aisles. We make right turns. We make left turns. We go into the neighborhood. We're making 12 right turns, hand over hand in, hand over hand out. We make 12 left turns, hand over hand in, hand over hand out. We practice pulling in driveways, doing 3-point turnarounds. We practice reversing into driveways. We pull out. Once I see my student feeling comfortable, then I start getting them on the main thoroughfare. Everyone's a little bit different. Some students take a little bit more time in neighborhoods, parking lots. Some students pick it up very easily. It really depends on how good your instructor is, how much experience they have, how good of a note taker you are, how good of a learner you are when your instructor does their proprietary Kahoots and Quizzes. I have proprietary Kahoots and Quizzes that will be put together on a stand store that I will be putting together in the next 24 hours. I will be having some ebooks that are available for download once I finish putting those together. And then if necessary, you can sign up for a one-on-one half an hour session with me so we can assess where you are, so I can better assist you in learning how to drive, whether you're a teen or adult. Those things are coming very soon. What strategies do you use to help support students to stay calm while driving? Well, I crack dad jokes. I use humor. I give real life examples. A lot of your parents don't want to drive with you because you make them very nervous. They're going to overreact and grab the handle. They're going to hit the emergency brake, pretending it's emergency brake. Because I'm an instructor and I've been through this process, I'm going to preach the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth because the truth will set us free. A lot of adults and a lot of teens don't want to hear the truth, but I have to tell it to you in an adult way. I have to treat you like an adult. If you're 15, even though you're 15, I view you as a 20-year-old. If you're 16, I view you as a 22 or 23-year-old. I can see after 3 or 4 lessons you maturing, you getting better. Driving does not make you an adult. Owning a car does not make you an adult. Having a home does not make you an adult. There's certain processes you have to go through. It's called personal responsibility. Have you ever worked with students who are extremely anxious and have past trauma? Yes, I have. And a lot of times students bring this trauma from their early teens, early 20s into driver's ed. And I find myself listening to them. I'm not judgmental. I've learned to listen. I've learned to support them. And I try to give you a clear path to getting a job. I try to give you a clear path into trusting your mom, trusting your dad. Many of you will view me as your uncle, as your older brother, and maybe your dad. I'm younger than your dad. But it's important that I'm supportive and I listen to you. I support you by giving you an honest opinion. I support you by linking you to my mental health expert. Her link will be connected in my stand store. We're still setting this up. So it's important that you trust who you're driving with. What role does mindset play in becoming a confident driver? Everything. If you think you're going to crash, you probably will. If you think you're going to be successful and be safe, you probably will. I believe in a positive mental mindset because we're out here driving. I have to be able to trust you. And if I don't trust you, I won't be able to drive with you. You earn trust by coming to class on time. You earn trust by being prepared, having your computer, downloading the lesson, winning in my custom quizzy, winning activities that I put together, learning to master left-hand turns, 3-point turnarounds, going into a roundabout, merging the expressway. You show me trust by mastering those concepts, and you're coachable. I have an assistant driver. He or she reports to me, and I will ask them, how did they treat you? Were they respectful? Were they disrespectful? How did the parents treat you? Ultimately, it falls on my shoulders because I am the instructor and I am the owner. We want to make sure you learn how to drive. Everyone learns differently. How do you encourage students who struggle with self-doubt or fear of making mistakes? You have to let it go. You have to exhale. We all learn from our mistakes. And when you exhale and stop trying to be a perfectionist, you will learn how to drive. It does take time. Everyone is different. Some students listen. Some students don't. Some students have anxiety. Some students think they know everything. Those are the ones who crash. Every student is a little bit different. Don't be misled. My mission is to teach you how to drive. I do listen to you. I'm about education. I'm about technology. But the goal is, at the end of the day, all of you who are listening, and give us a thumbs up. If you're listening, give us a thumbs up. I need 10 thumbs up. We want to push this out to the people who really want to learn how to drive. If you don't want to learn how to drive, you should not be listening to this, because I'm a state certified instructor. I teach adult and teens. So you have to set a goal for yourself. And when you set a goal for yourself to learn how to drive, you're going to master everything. You're going to have more questions than answers. I have to do a good job too in class. I need to pick the right developmental learning technologies. I need to pick the right developmental videos that are current. I need to pick the right developmental cars that have the best technology. Everything changes. So I want to continue to elevate in class. I have to push you when you're on the road to merge on the expressway, to go on curvy roads, to do 3-point turnarounds, to reverse in a driveway, to prepare for your road tests. There are people 17, 19, 20, 23, 25, 27, 29 who don't know how to drive. I understand your struggle. And in my stand store, I have some digital products that will help you. And I will be linking the stand store together within 24 hours. So if you need to sign up for a digital one-on-one consultation with me, you'll have to sign up for it. We'll set up a time and then you can talk to me one-on-one. What do you need to learn how to drive? If you're over 18, you need your TIP. Your TIP is your temporary instruction permit. What do I need to do to find a good instructor? I can help you with that. Next, parents can sometimes add pressure to new drivers. How do you help parents support their teens in healthy ways? I invite the parents into the driver's ed process. I tell parents what they need to do, because viewers who are out here, whether you're under 21 or over 21, your parents view you in a different way. They may view you as a child because in their eyes, you're always their child. Me as an adult and as your instructor, I'm going to treat you like an adult. I'm not going to judge you. I look at you for the honest person that you are. If you say you're going to be here to drive, you need to be here. If you say you're going to come to class on time, you need to be here. Unfortunately, sometimes preteens, post-teens don't show up. And as a result, you're going to have to make up class. You're going to have to make up drives. Not on your timetable, but on my timetable. Why? I have to protect my mental health boundaries. I will look at my schedule and I will fit you in on my schedule. We all sign up for drives. I prefer to sign you up in groups of 2 or 3. There you can observe someone parallel park. You can observe someone go into a roundabout. You can observe someone merge on an expressway. You can observe someone back into a driveway. You need to model those behaviors so when it's your turn to drive, you can get in the car, you can adjust your mirror, put on your seatbelt, turn on your blinker, left is down, right is up. We all need to learn. And in the car, this is our classroom environment. When we're virtual or in person, that is our classroom environment. We'll have more on our virtual classes very soon. Next, what advice would you give parents to help their teens develop confidence and independence? Mom and dad, you have to teach your son and daughter. Mom and dad, you need to tell them how to make a turn. Mom and dad, you need to tell them how to make a decision on a left-hand turn. Left-hand turns are the most dangerous. You have to go up to the middle of the intersection. You got to watch oncoming traffic coming from your left, not traffic to the left, not traffic from the right. Mom and dad, you need to physically show them. I will be putting together a stand store video on parents teaching their sons and daughters. It will be available for purchase as soon as I get a chance to make it and put it together. You need to be looking out for this. Next, creating a safe and supportive learning space. This is so important. If you're here right now, I need 5 thumbs up. I have 0 thumbs up. If this is bringing you value, get it to a thumbs up. We need to get some thumbs up. How do you ensure that your students feel safe and respected during the lesson? I treat them like adults. Parents, listen to me. Many of you won't treat your son and daughter like an adult. If you don't treat your son and daughter like an adult, they won't respect you back like an adult. You need to give them that personal responsibility. How do you do this? Son or daughter, let's go driving. I have the keys. Here are the keys. Let's go driving. Really? Hey, let's go get a smoothie. Hey, let's go get some sushi. Let's go to the store. I need you to drive. Oh, by the way, can you get some gas, please? I don't know how to put gas in the car. I'll show you. This is an opportunity for you, mom and dad, to build a relationship with your son and daughter. But many of you don't want to do this because you're too tired. You're worn out from work. That's mom's job. That's dad's job. We are a driving community. It's not my job. It's not your job. It's all of our jobs. If we want responsible drivers, we all have to commit together to build confidence, to build respect. Mom and dad, they will make mistakes. What is a mistake? They might go through a yellow light or a red light. Don't rip their heart out. You ran through that light. Mom and dad, they're going to shut down. They're going to start crying, and they're going to lose confidence. But that's easy for you to say, sir. You have a brake. Yes, I do. You have a mirror. Yes, I do. Teach them, show them. They don't know what to do. They will pull out in front of a car and give you a heart attack. You need to show them what to do, because I live this every single day. So develop confidence through taking them through the neighborhood, having them drive from home to school, from school to the mall, from the mall to an uncle's house or auntie's house or grandparents' house. They're going to take short trips. They're not going to deep drive from the suburbs to downtown Detroit, from the suburbs to Chicago, from the suburbs to Houston, Texas, from the suburbs to Los Angeles, California. Hey, I need more thumbs up. I have 0 thumbs up. If this is bringing you value and I'm asking you to give a thumbs up, you need to give a thumbs up. If you're learning something, give this a thumbs up. Let's continue. What do you think is the most important factor in creating a comfortable learning environment? Truth. Be honest with them. I thought you were hugging the right today. You ran 2 yellow lights. When you were reversing, you didn't look out of your back window. We almost hit the neighbor's car. But besides that, I love you and you did pretty good. Have that honest conversation with him. Parents, we always have those difficult talks. Maybe they have someone over. Maybe they didn't come home last night. Or maybe they are around questionable people. We have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to teach them. And it's all about growing, because driving in a car is an adult responsibility. It is not for a kid. I need thumbs up. I need more thumbs up. I'm going to keep asking you and asking you and asking you. Next. Have you ever noticed differences in how students learn based on their personality and past experiences? Yes. We're all visual learners. So when I create that custom proprietary quizzy, which I will be putting those together, and they'll be available for download for a basic cost, and we'll figure that out. I try to look at my class as a whole. How many girls do I have? How many boys do I have? Are they 15? Are they 14? Are they 16? Are they 18? Are they 20? And then I make questions based upon the environment. If we're in a rural area, I'm making more questions on rural areas. If we're in the city, I'm making more questions on the city. If we're in the suburban area, I'm making more questions on suburban area, because we need to learn our driving environment. The state always has those basic questions. Right of way, 3-point turnarounds. A stop sign is a regulatory sign. A guide sign is green and white. A warning sign is yellow and black. And if you don't know these basic things, you don't need to know how to drive. You have to be willing to learn. And in some cases, some students just want to sit there. Those students will be removed from the class. I've removed them before. You have to earn your keep, just like I have to earn my keep every day. When I go live, I'm structured. I have a script. I'm telling you real information. None of this is made up. None of this is fake. We learn by doing. Next, life lessons and driving. Do you see any parallels between driving and personal growth or mental resilience? Yes. In today's environment, a lot of people have anxiety. A lot of people are depressed. A lot of people are extremely anxious. As your instructor, I need to make a custom driving profile for you. And that's what I do. Once I drive with you one time, I analyze it, I go home, I have a custom prompt. I put in your personality traits, and then I make a custom lesson for you. You didn't know that. And if you want that custom lesson for you, once I get the stand store together, you're going to call or email, and then we'll put together a custom profile for you to help you learn how to drive, because we need to customize everything for the high, middle, and low learners. It's called differentiated instruction. Next, what lessons from driving do you think apply to everyday life and mental health? Being polite, using your blinker, letting pedestrians go, pausing to let an older driver or a driver who has a physical disability. We all need to be more sensitive on the road, me included. If you're going slow, get over to the right lane. If you're going fast, stay in the left lane. Don't cause problems for yourself. Thank you for those hearts. Don't cause problems for yourself. Thank you. I must have said something that reached one of you. If you're driving slow, get your butt over to the right lane. If you're driving fast, get to the left lane and keep moving. Don't put pressure on older drivers or younger drivers, because I'm in a driver's ed car trying to keep a safe environment, and many drivers are tailgating us, pushing us to go faster. And I really appreciate that. Great soul, thank you. I got you. Great soul, please make sure you subscribe, because we got this stand store coming up, and I want to invite you in for a one-on-one session and learn about you. Okay, let's keep going. Next, have any of your students taught you something and value in return? Yes. How to be a good dad, how to be a good teacher, how to listen, how to stay humble, because we all learn from each other. And if I'm wrong, they'll point it out to me. If they're wrong, I point it out to them. It's about being humble, and it's about listening. And I think that is one thing that we as adults tend to forget. Someone is doing donuts around here right now. You'll hear the car, okay? Next, closing thoughts. I want you to listen to this. Please give me a thumbs up, great soul, if you haven't already. What's one piece of advice you can give to someone feeling nervous about learning how to drive? Subscribe to my channel. Get on my stand store mailing list. Download one of my ebooks once they're together. Sign up for a one-on-one session with me so I can better learn about you and I can better help you. What I'm going to do, the people who come on all the time and leave comments, I'm going to send you a free PDF lesson to help you pass your road test. And once we build this community, I want to invite you on to my private Zoom session where we can learn and really help the community, because when you give, you receive. Next, if you could change one thing about the way driving is taught, what would it be? To have more parental involvement, to have a digital video that could be sent to a phone or at home to your email so the family can see their son or daughter driving, to get more interactive virtual games such as Quizzy, to have more phone driving games where we test when a student first comes in, we test in the middle, and then we test in the end, and you will see their understanding of driver's ed go up. To have more digital tests. We still have pencil and paper tests. We need to move the state forward to have digital tests because it would speed up the process. The paperwork process has improved, but it's still quite slow. Where can people find you if they want to learn about you? You're going to look at my channel, Driving with Myles. We're going to be putting together the stand store, and I have to commit to this, and I already have. It's going to be up and running sometime tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening. And once the stand store is up, you can put together your email. We can set up a virtual call. We can create downloadable ebooks, test prep, road test prep, so you can better reach me and I can better serve you. If you enjoyed this, give this a thumbs up. I want to say thank you. Look at my content. Please leave comments. Bye.